Hi, I'm Carolyn Putney, Senior Multifamily Realtor with the Lifestyles Realty in Dallas. And I'm here today at the Gardens of Bedford in Bedford, Texas with Jeff Culverhouse. This is his fourth acquisition. Tell us, Jeff, what do you like about this property?
Yeah, when we first saw this property, we fell in love with it. It's a great property, 150 units, located right in the heart of the DFW area. It's got a great unit mix with 41 bedrooms, and the rest of them are 2 and 3 bedrooms. The current owners have had this property for about 20 years, so the rents are below market by about $200. So we're looking forward to coming in and sprucing the place up and making it more like what our style is.
Right, and I understand since the current ownership has owned it so long, these are pretty much 100% classic units. I think they maybe upgraded just 1 or 2, but so you've got a lot of room to grow with your renovations.
Yes, that's correct. Their renovations have been putting some stainless steel appliances in. They've put a couple of granite counters in some of them, but we will do a full package with granite counters, 6-panel doors, new cabinets. We'll go into the bathrooms and really renovate there. They've done nothing in the bathrooms. We'll tear out the old tile and put in new subway tile and make them just look great. And we're going to be going to match the properties that are in the area, so get them up to those rents and beyond.
Okay, that's another thing. This is a great area here. We're just off of 183. We're just west of the airport. And what else can you tell us about the area and the location around here?
Yeah, the demographic is great. The average income in the 1 mile radius is $92,000. So there's great income to support the higher rents of this property.
Another thing about this property, it is low density. So there is a lot of outdoor space, and you can create dog parks or a swimming pool. What are your plans for renovations on the outside? The seller has done a lot of stuff already, but there are no really amenities, and so what type of amenities are you going to
Right,
add?
there are pretty much no outdoor amenities. There's a couple of open top barbecue pits and 1 pergola out here, but with the big space, this property is located on 9 acres of land. Like you said, it's real low density, and we have a bunch of green space. We will come in here and add a bunch of amenities like what the neighboring properties are, and just really, we want to blow out the office and open it up and make it really, when residents come in, to look real inviting, like they want this to be their home. Really, that's what we plan on doing with this.
That's good. And it's a great area. Bedford has been known to have, I think, 95% plus occupancy. The seller has had great occupancy all this time. Of course, they're kind of low on the rents, and that's one of the opportunities here.
It has great access to many highways. 183 can get you, to the heart of Dallas, and you can really go get to Dallas and Fort Worth and Arlington, to where the bunch of entertainment is. There's just a lot of jobs. It's in the heart of the logistics market here with Amazon and Uline right nearby. American Airlines has a huge facility that's about 6 miles from here.
It is. It's great. The location is great. I mean, if anybody works here, they can go either to Fort Worth or Dallas or Irving. I mean, you're right smack in the middle of everything, which we love this location because of that. It's also surrounded kind of in a neighborhood area with other apartment complexes around here.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we noticed too, is we're not going to have a lot of just through traffic with people walking through the facility, because the property backs up to a lot of single-family homes, and so it's really nice and quiet. So while you still have the road front that you can see Bedford Road and 183 from the front of the property, it still feels like you're in a bunch of residential area. Yeah, this property is tucked away in kind of a residential area with backs up to a bunch of single-family houses, so there's not going to be a whole lot of people walking through, foot traffic going through. So it's really kind of nice and quiet for small families. Yet it's still at the front of the property. It's right off of Bedford Road, and you can see 183 right from the property. So there's a lot of street front as well, while it's still tucked away in kind of a residential area.
The other thing, I mean, I know you talked about there's like, it's 150 units, so 40 of them are 1 bedrooms, and the rest of them are there's two types of 2 bedrooms and then 3 bedrooms. And the average square foot is like 900 square foot. So you've got a lot of families here, and so that makes it a great area for all sorts of residents that they would enjoy this property, especially to get out with their kids and their animals.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons we want to focus on the exterior, the green spaces out here, having a place for kids and families to come out and enjoy and actually sit out and enjoy some barbecue or enjoy just some out in the, time out in the open.
Right. And also, did we talk about the sellers have done, of course, the units are classic, but the exterior, the sellers have done renovations on there. So there's a lot of stuff on the outside that has already been done, and he's not going to have to do CapEx with that. You want to talk about some of the outdoor improvements? Right.
They've done a lot to dress up the outside. They've put wood cladding with some metal that looks really nice on all the balconies. They're all done. All the balconies have been covered. Have dressed up flower beds with some nice stonework, and some retaining walls have all been redone, and it just looks really nice. All the concrete is nice and smooth. It's not broken up. They've really kept that up and looking good.
Yeah, so they did put in a couple yards for some people, and they did it with the what do you call the wood horizontal cedar planking with the metal, and it looks really great. So that's another thing that you can continue adding yards for those and charge a premium for that.
Yeah, there's a couple of different things. There's a lot of these properties, a lot of these buildings in the backs have just open space. We've got some ideas of putting in some patios in the back and charging extra for that. Maybe it can be an upgrade if the resident wants it, we can add that to for some extra income. There's a lot of other potential. There's no reserved parking right now, so there's a lot of parking spots, and we can make some of those reserved for for a fee.
So Jeff is under contract now, and he's just gotten under contract, and so they'll be closing probably just after the first of the year. Is that correct?
That's correct. We will close no earlier than January 3rd. This is per the sellers. They don't want to close in 2022, so we will be closing in 2023, probably between January 3rd and January 6th.
Great. All right, well, let's show you some outdoor living space with the camera.
Yeah, let's go look at it.
All right. Earlier that this is Jeff's 4th acquisition, and I know that I think he's already sold 2 of them already. But Jeff, why don't you tell us about your previous successes and the properties that you've bought and sold and you currently have?
Sure. We bought our first property in July of 2019. We held that one for 2 years and a month, and we sold it. The capital gains from the sale was 89%. Total return to the passives was about 103%. So we annualized it about around 50%.
Wow.
Return to the passives.
Just after 2 years?
That was 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Our second property we purchased in 2021, and we held that for just over a year. That one was a really good purchase. It was, when we bought it, it was 50-something% occupied, and we got the occupancy up to 97%, and we sold that one. The return, capital gain from just the sale alone on that one was 108%, and we were distributing in the fourth quarter of after we purchased it. So
Now that property, tell them about where that property was located.
that property was located in downtown Plano. It was a great property, great find. Really, it was incredible that we got it. You know, it's kind of an unusual 42-unit property. It was a 60s property. The owners of that property had it. Her dad built it in the 60s. So.
And what was it called before? There was something in the ground.
Grindstone. Grindstone.
So they had an old grindstone in the ground.
Yeah, we quickly renamed that too. There was a magnolia tree there, and so while we were doing due diligence, one of the people suggested, "Hey, it's Magnolia," and then somebody else said, "Yeah, it's on 16th Street," so it became Magnolia on 16th Street. So we went with that. Yeah, it was good. That one's going to annualize to right around probably just shy of 100%.
That's great. You did an awesome job on that one.
And then our current property we still own is 109 unit in Garland, and that one's stabilized, and we're just plugging along with it.
Great. And this will be your fourth property.
Correct. This will be the fourth one. This is again a 1971 property built with a 150 unit property built in 1971.
And it does have the pitched roofs, so that's good.
Yeah, all pitched roofs, no flats, so that's good.
And the exterior is it's stucco and brick, and the stucco looks to be in great condition out there.
Yeah, it's all freshly painted. There's no cracks and everything. We had foundation crews come out here and look. They didn't see any problems with it. So yeah, it's good, solid, good bones, good property. Been well taken care of. These people have owned it for 20 years, and it's really phenomenal. The shop is clean. It's just really in good shape.
So what about are you going to keep the current staff?
I will try to keep the current staff. We haven't quite interviewed them yet, but we do. It is a possibility. The current ownership, they're kind of winding down their business, and so they would actually like to find homes for these employees because they've been on this property for a very long time. So.
And everybody here is like family, is what we've kind of come to realize. But the maintenance guys have been here a long time, so that'd be great to keep.
Yes, they've all been working together for a long time. Yes, and they know the property, and we definitely would like to try to leverage that.
Great.